Hello New Zealand, I'm Philip Duncan. Thank you for joining us for our final weather video of 2018, and we're covering Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Boxing Day, all of next week, and we'll even take a sneak peek at the weather forecast and the weather map for New Year's Eve. But let's kick off with the Friday wind map for New Zealand, and we've got a slightly cooler southerly change moving into the North Island after what's been a bit of a humid week. Now we've got that sort of refreshing change coming in for some of you, still a few big downpours here and there, but it's really this area of low pressure we're monitoring for the next few days. This is likely to be affecting New Zealand right through until Christmas Day and Boxing Day itself. And further to the north, that is still the remnants of Cyclone Owen, which started December 3rd. So that is quite a long-lasting system. All right, here we go for Saturday. So we've got a little bit of rain coming back to the northern part of New Zealand, not until the end of the day. A very weak, small area of low pressure, but it's tapping into subtropical energy. So this airflow to the north off the screen and coming down to feed into it. So that little change that broke the humidity for Friday disappears on Saturdays. We're back to those northerlies again, and a bit of rain that will track into Northland. Most other places are dry, but there will be a couple of showers around central New Zealand and a couple of downpours or showers down around Southland and Otago, where it may not be overly warm as well. To Sunday, things are a bit drier now in the south. High pressure south of Australia, also pushing into south of New Zealand. There's that Saturday low moving away. Here comes the next one, which is arriving Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. So there's a little bit of a break on Sunday, but there'll still be a few showers around. Now, here is Christmas Eve. So we've got a little bit of drizzle and showers and maybe some patchy rain around as well. It's pretty broken up. It's not a solid day of rain, it's just cloudy with those showers. Most of the rain is out at sea, and the South Island you're mostly dry. Here is Christmas Day. So this low is getting closer. The models have been swinging back and forth on just how far south the rain will go. So how far will that rain go? It all depends on these two highs, that one there and the other one out to the east. There's a bit of a weakness in the middle of those two highs. That's where the lows like to go. It's the path of least resistance. So it wants to come down through that area. But if these two highs strengthen, join up, grow a little bit, it will push back against that and the rain goes further north. Likewise, if it weakens a little bit, that rain could come much further south than what you see on that map. So Christmas Day is going to be one to watch really right up until the day itself, I think, based on the modelling we're seeing. Looks like Northland is most at risk for rain, Auckland and Coromandel on the edges of that, but we might be seeing showers going all the way down the North Island. So it is one to keep an eye on. Keep up to date with our local forecasts from our free weather app and our website, because that will give you the fine tuning that you're looking for. Great weather in the South Island. I got asked where is the place to be, and I said probably Wanaka. Wanaka I think might be my place to be. Let's move through. Boxing Day, that low continues to affect the North Island. It's fairly weak, but it's enough to bring in a little bit of patchy rain, drizzle, maybe a heavier downpour in the afternoon. The South Island again, mostly dry. And then we move through to Thursday. Got high pressure building to the west, but a bit of a cooler southerly flow right across New Zealand. So you might notice that, especially if you're camping in a tent next Thursday, might be a little bit cooler with that southerly change. And then finally we've got Friday with the rain maps, and you can see high pressure dominating, which means we might be having a fairly dry weekend next weekend, maybe just with a couple of showers here and there. Now we just jump forward a few days. Our final map is this one, and this is New Year's Eve. It doesn't come with the rain simply because there's absolutely no point in attaching rain to a map like this, because it will move around a fair bit. So why bother looking at it if it's not that accurate? Well, what we're looking for is the general theme of the air pressure. Where are the highs, where are the lows? And it's actually, for me, and for those who understand these maps, quite easy to notice. There is a big belt of high pressure right through the middle of your screen, but there's a big belt of low pressure to the north and another belt of even lower pressure to the south. Big area of low pressure down here. Now, if this is accurate and we do get big lows down to the south and a bit of high pressure in the north, it'll end up as a hot day with nor'westers, mostly dry across New Zealand. These lows here might be worth keeping an eye on. These could all turn into tropical cyclones. So northern Australia looks very active. While there's high pressure here, you don't have to worry too much about those, but when the high disappears, they can drop straight down. So I think the tropics could be quite interesting to look into once we get to January, but hopefully between now and then, not too much going on. Now, before I go, I was dared to wear this today, and I just want to point out, technically, I'm wearing it. So Sean and Justin, you owe me a free lunch in January. And that is all from me. Have a great summer. We'll catch you again in the middle of January.